Hi, everybody. This is Joanne Lysiak, and welcome to How to Eliminate Distractions. So I'm excited to be here today to share with you ways that you can eliminate distractions and go forward in your life. So my name is Joanne Lysiak, and I'm with Empower Coaching Network. And as a lifestyle and life transformation coach, I help my clients first really uncover what their true aspirations are, kind of go within very deep and find out what they really want in their life and what it is to look like. Then I help them identify what's stopping them. You know, there's some subconscious beliefs and programs that you've been doing over and over and over again since, conception to birth, 8 years old. You've been picking them up and doing these on a regular basis, and it's been stopping you. And then once we identify them, we release them with an energetic technique. Then we create new beliefs so that you can go forward with some new habits, set some goals, purposeful goals, meaningful goals, and then take action, take inspired action and make everything happen. So today what I want to share with you is something that is kind of near and dear to my heart. It's interesting. Sometimes our stuff is what we then kind of work through and uncover ways, and then we get better with it ourselves, and then we can share with others and help them. So before I get started, what I want to do is anybody that's live here, if you would, hi Yvette, hi, good to see you here. If you would put your name in and where you're calling from, and also if you have any comments as we go along or any questions about what we're talking about, and I can help you with that as well. And anybody listening to the replay, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. If you would also put your name and where you're from and some comments or questions, because I do check and I do respond to get back with you as well. So let's get started. So has this ever happened to you where you have good intentions at the start of the day and you plan it out? Maybe you have a daytime planner, maybe you have it online, but you plan out what you're going to do. You have your to-do list and you have something, maybe 2-3 things really important on your list to get done. And then through the day, your plans get changed. And at the end of the day, you look at your to-do list and you realized you didn't get them done because other things happened to you. Other things that you didn't plan that were distractions to you. So Yvette, let's hear what you have to say. Went to your doctor yesterday and told her about my struggle, and she said that she wanted me to get my ADD tested again because distractions are part of my hourly ritual. I'm so excited for this. Well, I'm glad you said rituals because that's a good system and a good plan to have, so that you can be in charge of these distractions. But, I would sometimes look at my day and go, well, what happened? Now, I'm a behavioral style where I get real excited about things. I like new things. I like to try new things and do different things. So you dangle that carrot in front of me or that shiny new object, and I'm like grabbing for it. And I'll change course. And so this kind of got to me because I just felt like, what happened? I lost control. So I want to share with you what distractions are, where they come from, how can you eliminate them, and some simple steps that you can do to help you be in charge, because that's what you really want. You want to be in charge. You want to live your great life and fulfill what you really want to have. So let's talk a little bit about this. And some of the things that are distractions, they're literal, they're tangible. This is a big distraction. Everybody has one of these. This is a really big distraction because now what you can do is instead of just getting on your computer, you could just carry it around with you. And of course you can text, you can phone, you can email, you can do work on your computer. There's so many different things that you can do. So this is a literal distraction to the point where I can't believe what I've been seeing. You see people texting and driving, which is, illegal in most states. But now on the bike path where I live in the city, I'm seeing people on their bike texting, and I'm seeing people on their skateboard texting and on their rollerblades texting. So that's a total distraction because here's what happens. You can't do two things at the same time. And when you do, you're not concentrating on either. And that's when things happen to you, like usually accidents happen because you're not conscious on either one, because your brain can't do two things at the same time. I'm going to do a Facebook Live on that because I'll share with you some interesting things that happen to you when you get into that mode of always doing two things at the same time. So that's a huge distraction, is the cell phone, and then being addicted to it. Because I see that, people are checking their cell phones on a regular basis. That's not my thing with distractions. But I turn off my notifications because I don't want the thing, dinging and binging when I'm trying to get my projects done. So your cell phone's a big distraction. Now, outside of the cell phone, emails, you could have 1, 2, 3 accounts. I mean, how many accounts do you have of emails? So you've got to keep up with that. So you're checking emails, and that could be 2 hours, checking emails. Another big thing is social media, because, there's Facebook, which we love, and then there's Instagram, and there's Snapchat, and there's Twitter, and LinkedIn. So if you're involved with social media and you're involved with all of those, that could be a huge distraction. You could get onto social media and just plan on just doing a quick check, and then you could be kind of on there for an hour and a half, 2 hours. So that's a distraction. Your computer is a distraction. You've got games on your computer, you've got them on the cell phone, and as well as your emails. So that's a big distraction. TV is a distraction. You might turn on the TV just for some background noise, and then all of a sudden, you sit in a chair and you're watching TV for 3 hours, and then forget, your to-do list or your intention of getting a project done. That's out the window. So these are some basic ones that we have. And there's many more, people in a work environment, maybe coming into your cubicle, or, maybe people stopping at your apartment complex on your door, just stopping by to say hi. Those are distractions for you because they're taking you off your plan. They're taking you off what you had intended to do. And that's why I'm considering them a distraction. But outside of the tangible ones, I want to share with you what the real issue is with distractions, and why that shiny carrot, that little shiny object, pulls you off of things, and why you end up being sidetracked and hijacked into something else. And that is your subconscious beliefs. Now, if you've been on my Facebook Lives, you know that I talk about that a lot because that's what I do. I've helped hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, probably over 500, eliminate their subconscious beliefs that are really hijacking them from their life and living the life of their dreams. And in this case, your subconscious beliefs are coming into play to take you off your plan of action, to, dangle that shiny carrot in front of you. Now, maybe this is you. Has anyone said in your past that you're a procrastinator? Have you heard that? Did your parents call you that or say that to you? Did your teacher say that to you? Did they say, like my mom used to say this in fun, but she used to say, "Oh, Joanne, you're such a dilly-daddler." She used to say that to me. And that means that I kind of waste time. So that becomes my reality. That becomes your reality. And you have to understand that. That's like the most important thing to understand, is what people have said to you, especially from conception to 8 years old, becomes your reality. So I'm checking in with Yvette here. Definitely. My little guy said he heard that. Yeah. Well, that becomes a reality if you hear it over and over again. And like I said, my mom said it in fun. She would say, "Oh, you're such a dilly-daddler," and it became cute. But then it became my reality. Then I would kind of fuss around and putz around with things and just tinker in things. And that could be a distraction for me. So what did people say? What did your parents say? What did influencers say that were around you, that raised you? What did they say? Because that will become your reality. So what happens is your subconscious is protecting you. It's keeping you safe. If you're afraid to do something, like let's say you're afraid to call clients. You don't want to call clients because you just feel uncomfortable speaking to new people and being in a sales situation. So your subconscious is going to keep you safe by distracting you in any way possible from making the phone call. So that could be somebody calls you and you chit chat for hours, or you check your emails because the ding went off on your cell phone. right? That's the subconscious that's telling you, answer that call. Check your cell phone, because it's keeping you safe from not being hurt because you're afraid to make those calls. You're afraid of rejection. So the subconscious is your best friend and trying to keep you safe. So that's what it's really all about. So if you really want to get rid of distractions, you got to get to the core, which is the subconscious beliefs. Now, great news, there's lots of ways to eliminate. Now, I'm not saying just bust through the stuff. I'm saying eliminate it. There's lots of different ways. I've been trained in several. I know many. There's many more that I don't know and I even don't use, but there's so many. So I work with my clients and we come up with a plan to get rid of the subconscious beliefs. So you got to get rid of them. But the other thing you've got to do is how to eliminate the distractions is you've got to be in charge. So you've got to be in charge of the cell phone. You've got to be the one saying, nope, not going to check. I'm turning off my notifications. I'm not going to pick up the call. If somebody calls me and I'm working on my project, I'm not going to answer the phone. I'll just let it go to message and I'll call them later. So that's your character. That's your focus. That's your willpower, and that's your persistence that kicks in. So you can eliminate distractions by just being very strong and have a plan by eliminating them. The second thing that you want to do is you've got to identify what your distractions are. So let me ask you this question. What are your distractions? When do you get distracted? So are you spending a lot of time on your emails where you could be 2-3 hours? Are you giving your email address out to so many different things? Are you subscribing to so many things? So you get, 25, 50 different emails for things to buy, things to, be part of. So you need to maybe make that decision is not to give out your email address, or maybe close down if you have 3-4 accounts so that you can tailorize it, or not go to the emails and spend 2 hours. So you've got to identify them first. So identify what they are. So if you're listening, just identify them, write it down, what they are. Then what you've got to do is you've got to have a plan. So you need to plan your day. If you're not planning your day, this was a lifesaver for me, is to plan my day. I, took a class from Franklin Covey, and I learned this in corporate America, in my days in corporate America. So I learned to plan because I am not a natural planner. So I had to learn that. And I always have to keep myself in check because I have that shiny object all the time. So I keep myself in check by, sticking to my plan. So have a plan, have a schedule time that you're doing your projects, and schedule time that you're checking emails, schedule time that you're calling people, that you're returning phone calls. Schedule a time that you're accepting calls, that you're going to be on the phone. And when you schedule that in, put it in your planner, schedule that in, and stick with it. That's really important, because what you have to do is create new habits. So you have to have a system to use to create the new habits, because that's the most important thing for you to do. So when you identify what your distractions are, you've got to have a plan to not have them be part of what you're doing. In other words, if you're distracted by things on your desk, take everything off your desk and just have your computer or your notepad if you're doing work. So eliminate them. Don't bring them in. The other thing is maybe don't bring your cell phone in with you or on your desk. Leave it in the car. Leave it in another room. Turn it off completely so that you're not distracted by it. So if you have to control your environment, turn off your cell phone. Do that and really stick with your plan. But eliminate the distractions and be stronger than them and don't give in. And that's a real important thing to do too. Change your habits. But the most important thing is eliminate the subconscious beliefs, because that'll save you. Because here's the thing. I see people all the time trying to do this on their own, trying to just bust through this, try to change, try to create new habits. And what happens is the subconscious is very powerful. And, you can't do that, especially in so many areas. So the best thing to do is get someone to work with and eliminate these subconscious beliefs. That is absolutely the easiest thing. Thank you, Yvette. I know that's the easiest thing, because I don't believe in struggling. There's ways. You don't have to struggle. Struggle is not part of this life. You created that and allowed it, but it's not natural to struggle. That's not why we're here. We're not here to struggle. We're here to enjoy our life, be happy and fulfilled. That's what God wants us to do. Does not want us to struggle. So don't struggle. Just find the easy way to do that. And you can eliminate that and get focused and get your work done. So just to review, the thing what you want to do is eliminate the subconscious beliefs. You want to eliminate the physical distractors in your life. You want to have a plan. You want to have a system. You want to identify what they are and don't allow them in. Keep them away so they don't distract you. And those are my suggestions to how to eliminate distractions. So I want to thank everybody for being here, but I want to offer you something. For those people that have listened to this and say, you know what, I am ready to eliminate my subconscious beliefs. I'm ready to uncover what I really want in my life. I'm ready to come up with a plan with goals and achieve them. Then I would love for you to sign up for a free strategy session. And this is where we're going to work together on a free call for 30 minutes, and we're going to figure out what your needs are and how I can help you. And we'll have a game plan. So if that sounds good to you, then I will put in the link. If the link does not appear, because sometimes I can't edit the video after the fact, then private message me. So either private message me or you can click onto the link to get on my calendar, and then we can have our strategy session and we can go forward from there. But I'm doing a lot of Facebook Lives every week. So you can listen in to me on Facebook Live and get more suggestions on how to really have a fulfilling life and reach your aspirations. So the people that are here, Yvette, thank you so much for being here. The people that are on the replay, thank you for being here. And if you would send me some love, some hearts, and if this is something that you know will help one of your friends, you can share this. I would really appreciate it because, I'd love to get the information out there for people so people can, again, fulfill their dreams and live their aspirations. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on the replay. And I will see you on the next video next week on Facebook Live. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Bye, Yvette.